name's Erica Caruzis. We're back at the Big Hole Lookout Project. This is 2017. Last year we were run off the mountain by the Copper King wildfire, and it is just great to be back. We started this in 2013, and now it's 2017. We're almost done with our project. We were so close last year. We came back in, and as you see in the lookout behind me, the shutters are up, the windows are beautiful. And this year we finished installing our floor, and we also put our last coat of polyurethane. Today we're moving in our furniture, and we just have a few more things to tidy up. As you can see from the lookout, there's still some gray daubing, and all that will be painted white. All the green has to be green, all the white has to be white, and it's gonna look great. We have so many people that are involved as project leaders, as I would call them. One of our early project leaders was Kirby Matthew.
Because we want to keep the character of this building. There's some things that we've done here. On the inside, we flattened this off with a chainsaw. But this part isn't going to be visible. All the visible work that we're going to show is going to match the character that they did. All the handwork, all the just the shape of the logs and the feeling when you come into this building. Our goal is to replicate their craftsmanship. The mark we leave on the building is the mark that the original craftsman left. We like to think that if the original builder came in, he'd say, yes, that's the work that I did. And if we accomplish that, then we've succeeded. You're crafting at an amateur level, and then you're crafting at a master craftsman level. So I mean, you're switching up, and if you're a professional, it takes a lot of skill to do work that looks like an amateur did it. It's actually harder than doing fine crafting. It's easier to strive to do better than you're capable of than it is to strive to do worse than you're capable of.
I think in years past I said I was a project leader, but no, I'm a coordinator, and I have the fortune of working with all these amazing people. It's just been great. Another one of our project leaders is Kathy Bickenhauser from the Historic Preservation Team. She's been here all 5 years.
Dead pack rats! Are you hungry? I can see your face. All right, he's gonna go for an aerial burial. Wave bye-bye to Mr. Pack Rat. Bye. Wave bye-bye. Fly, be free!
The experience that Kathy brings is just incredible. So you said you're gonna stain tonight or paint tonight?
Fair thing.
Fair thing tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna vacuum and put it on.
Okay. Need any help?
No, because if I do it myself, when I get to there, I can take off my socks and shoes and go back over there and put on all 3 coats, I think, today.
Okay.
So that tomorrow we can start moving stuff in.
Working with Kathy and other members of the Historic Preservation Team, you learn so much.
This one has a little bit of rot right in here. And we'll just do a repair on it. We fit perfectly in there. We cut our tenons right, and then it came in, that coat tightened up, and the coat's cut well, and it's fitting the wall well, so everything really came together well on that one.
So this is a 2-part epoxy that we use for consolidant as well as a glue. And because these logs are tenoned into a mortise bucket, the only way we could get out these 4 logs for these 2 to be replaced was we cut this out and then swung the logs out. Disassembling the bed, it needs to go away. And when we rebuild it, we'll make it a little bigger so that people that rent it It probably won't be just one person at a time. And then we'll put the shelf that's sitting out there. You can see where it used to be.
Hitting on this board, right?
So we'll make sure that comes back. This is the last year, yay! It's nice to see the lookout done and it'll be available for the public, and that's the most exciting part. So I'm happy to see this occupied after 5 long years of very hard work. And it's a lot of work by a lot of people. So it's very, very gratifying to see this finished.
Then we also have another who I'd say is a project lead. His name's John Earhart, and he's been a leader for all of our transportation, getting the mules. We've had 3 or 4 different strings, but he's been here every single day bringing us supplies, different things that we forget, such as hardware, a carriage bolt or 2 or 20, and as well as organizing our helicopter when we flew in our logs for the lookout. When we had to restore the log work in 2013, 14, 15, and 16, we needed those logs that weren't big enough around here, and John came up with the idea to use the helicopter and fly in 20 logs so we could match the taper on both sides of the logs. And without that work, we would just be lost.
Here we are, year 5 of the Big Hole Lookout Restoration Project. We had some help from Wild Horse Plains Backcountry Horsemen. We're happy to be getting done with this project. I think our group, I was looking just the other day at some of the volunteer hours, and the first year we had like 360 hours of volunteer time, so it's tapered off, but we'll still hit a couple hundred hours this year as well. This is Bullet. Now you've been in the camera and you can get out. Or maybe I'll get out and he'll stay in. So other than that, it's great that this will soon be on the cabin rental program. I'm up here quite often. Lots of people come up here. It's a pretty easy trail. And there's a spring that they developed last year, so there's water also, and the view is spectacular. You can look at the Copper King fire from last year, which was about 25,000 acres. You should all come up and see what's been done.
I also have to mention one of who I would say is a project lead would be our cook.
And a lot of good camaraderie, good food, and a heck of a location.
Do you want to see the food, Libby?
Close up. That's what we eat every day.
Where would we be if we didn't have such a good cook keeping our crews happy?
He's been the best cook.
Yeah, well,
All 5 years.
Best of 5, best of 1, yeah.
I've been on a few projects where the crews break up after work and then they just go away. But being able to have the cook with us, which is really important, I think, for any Passport in Time project, bonds that group so much better.
The people are great. The food is great. The state is all right. The weather's a little cold, and the lookout is just fabulous.
We have people here that have been here all 5 years.
George has been here for all 5 years, doing the log work, the roof, interior work, and now he's installing the lightning protection system to the stove.
How's the project been, George?
How's the project? It's going well. It's nice to see it nearly complete.
And then we have people here that have been here for 4 years, ever since they heard of the project. And then we have our one volunteer that's working with us. He was here 51 years ago. He was here last year to help us finish the project, but everyone came back this year.
This year, I've been invited back to finish the restoration project, and I'm absolutely delighted because I hate to leave things unfinished. So this is the finish, and to me, It's the last chapter in my lookout book, or the last page of this last chapter for Big Hole Lookout. So, of course I'd have to come back and have it done.
And so we have people that have just hundreds of years of experience. You know, one thing that's been pretty impressive is that we have a forest supervisor that as soon as he started working on the Lolo, he came out here, he hiked all the way up, drove from Missoula, drove to Plains, drove to the trailhead, hiked up the 3 miles to just visit with every volunteer that's worked on this project. I really can't say thank you enough to Tim for showing that support and dedication to us.
My name's Tim Garcia. I'm the forest supervisor on the Lolo National Forest here on a Passport in Time project at the Big Hole Lookout. A group of volunteers working on some logs, and it's just part of the heritage program here on the Lolo that we're proud of, restoring lookouts across the forest and across the northern region for that matter. And the value of restoring these lookouts is part of retaining the heritage of the Forest Service and all the fine folks that worked across the region for the last 100 years.
So one of the things I've really enjoyed working on PIT projects, I say my favorite aspects of PIT is getting to know all the volunteers that come out here, and Big Hole Lookout it's just special.
Got it. As I say in the trade, I nailed it.
And it's sharing those stories. It's incredible. But I think if there's someone out there that would like to maybe think about volunteering and they don't know what to do, go to the Passport in Time website, see the different projects. They're all across the nation. And it's really an experience you probably will never forget.
I'm Heather Berman. I'm the recreation staff here on the Plains Thompson Falls Ranger District, and we're currently at the Big Hole Lookout. And when the restoration is done, I'll be taking over the management of the site for future cabin rental. It's a lovely place, great views, no electricity. Water is spring fed and is about a half a mile away. There is an outhouse and a wood stove. That is essentially about all that you have. It's always wonderful to see one of our historic structures saved and preserved and restored. We're always looking for new ways that the public can enjoy the forest and get out, and cabin rentals are pretty successful. We're very thankful we can put another one up for the opportunity to rent.
Wow, how beautiful. It's amazing. I could call it my second home. And the outside is beautiful. The craftsmanship, the work with the chinking and the logs and the shakes on the roof, it's perfect. I've never seen such beautiful work restoring a piece. It's not only retained its historic value, it's protected for life.
Yay! Woohoo! All right.